Do separate bedrooms mean separate lives?
There is a new relationship trend which is called sleep divorce.
What?
Yeah, what? Sleep divorce? We came across a couple who have been married for 8 years. They said that they've been sleeping in separate bedrooms, and that is actually the reason why they are happy.
When you meet someone, you don't think about, oh my God, how am I gonna sleep with them? How is my sleep gonna be? You think about sleeping with them and other things come to mind. I think they should just sleep with each other and find out if they're compatible.
Yes, sleep compatibility is such an important thing. We spend most of our life sleeping. The best way is like spending some time with them.
Today on Love Lingo, Ms. Jas is advocating to sleep with someone to find out if there gets sleep compatibility.
Love lingo, love lingo. Slowly made it to love lingo, love lingo, love lingo.
What is the first thought that comes to your mind when you find out that a couple sleeps in separate bedrooms?
To be honest, the initial thought would be, is there a rift between the two? And these are one of those eyebrow-raising moments, right? When you hear something like that, you're like, oh, is everything okay?
My parents did primarily live in separate bedrooms, so I was kind of accustomed to saying that. But I hadn't observed others' life and how they live. It was a natural occurrence in my household because for me, it was I saw my parents live in separate bedrooms, so it wasn't something that
So it didn't stick out for you as a child growing up?
it didn't stick out to me. Maybe I thought that that's the way couples are. Maybe it's the norm. Maybe because I did not go and see how other children's parents slept. But when I did reach a certain age, maybe in my teens, I understood that, now listen, people do sleep together as well. But for me, it wasn't an anomaly. Let's put it that way.
But there is a new relationship trend which is called sleep divorce.
What?
Yeah, what? Sleep divorce?
Sleep divorce. So you mean,
I think it's more like a relationship status quo more than a trend.
what do you mean by that? Could you expand on that?
We will.
Semantics.
Yes, we will absolutely. Hi, this is Jas Sagu.
Hi, this is Arsala Pareshi.
And today on Love Lingo, Adulting Unadulterated, the holiday edition. You're in Dubai. Yes, it's a different setting because we are not in our Love Lingo studios. Something got us thinking, actually. We've been shooting our Vox Popular videos. How has that been for you, Arsala?
Very popularized.
Yeah, very nice. We came across a couple that you were filming with who have been married for how long? 7, 8 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this March they celebrate their 7th year.
And here's something you shared with us. They said that they've been sleeping in separate bedrooms for nearly 2.5 years now. And that seems like the best arrangement. And that is actually the reason why they are happy. Let's talk about and understand this new status quo in relationships, whether sleeping in separate bedrooms for couples is the new norm.
There are couples who are married for like 10 years or together for like 15 years and they renew their vows.
Yes.
So people say they're on the brink of a major breakup or the relationship is almost over. So this renewing their vows thing.
So like the 7-year itch. So here's my question to you. Is it a deal breaker for couples who sleep in separate bedrooms, or do you think this is a smarter way of them, for them to manage their love and logistics?
I really feel that it depends on the relationship and on the couple. But this gets me to thinking to another thing. See, this is where my thought goes. When you meet someone, you don't think about, oh my God, how am I gonna sleep with them? How is my sleep gonna be? You think about sleeping with them and other things come to mind. But I think it's essential to also consider your sleep pattern, right?
Sleep compatibility.
Sleep compatibility. I think that's really
So
important.
how many people on their first date or when they are in courtship discuss sleep compatibility?
You think they should? I think they should just sleep with each other and find out if they're compatible. What do you guys think?
I think that's a very valid
As I take
you just raised. Because, yes, sleep compatibility is such an important thing. We spend most of our life sleeping, and sleeping most likely with someone on the same bed, but to have that check in place is the best way is like spending some time with them, like having a live-in and taking another compatibility checklist, which is
Take note, guys. Today on Love Lingo, Ms. Jas is advocating to sleep with someone to find out if there is sleep compatibility.
Okay, let me be more specific here. Yeah. I'm advocating, yes, for two people who want to spend their life with each other to do a sleep compatibility test where they spend some time sleeping on the same bed and figuring out whether they are compatible in that aspect as well and not in any way undermining the importance of having a good night's sleep.
I would think that the best thing about having someone in your life, be it marriage, be it a relationship, be it a union, would be waking up with someone.
That is a dream, right? That's a dream.
And you even wake up from a nightmare.
That keeps the romance fresh, and
That keeps the romance going when you wake up with someone.
that's a romantic aspiration to have, to wake up to the love of your life.
Get personal here because, you know,
The idea is to get personal, right?
I can be brutally honest to you. I think about a lot of things, and I do think about this as well, that yes, we're alive for some time and dead forever. When we do die, you're going to be sleeping alone, so might as well just enjoy it, you know, sleeping with someone while you're alive. You know what I'm saying? Does sleeping in separate bedrooms affect intimacy?
I think intimacy can mean such different things for different people. And to answer your question,
Let's talk about sexual intimacy because I think that's most of what people are.
I think that is something you figured out, right? So sleeping in separate bedrooms, well, it could affect that, but it also depends if that's what you consider intimacy. I'm talking about emotional intimacy.
So what do you consider intimacy? Looking at each other from different buildings and, you know, saying hi?
I'm talking about when you are in a relationship and your emotional intelligence helps you understand that what is more important at this point of time for your partner or for yourself is to get some quality sleep so that you can perform
Sex better? You know what I'm saying? My question to you again
Yeah, go ahead.
is let's address the sexual part of it first.
Okay, why are we limiting that to the bedroom? Okay, I understand. I mean, that could happen anywhere, but sleep needs to have
Guys,
bed. It's very subjective. What if the relationship matters to you, then emotional intimacy will matter to you. Also, another very important thing that I would like to talk about is how many of us have two beds or two bedrooms to even have that privilege.
That's true. We have to call out the privilege here.
A lot of people find it very hard to sleep in new beds, new rooms, new locations, new cities. And I understand that that is a struggle for them. Like for me, I don't see that as a struggle. If I am traveling or if I'm in a new location, I will eventually fall asleep on that new bed.
Eventually, everyone will.
But in the sense, like, I won't struggle. Like, I will not be.
Yeah, that will be a hindrance for
It
you.
won't be a hindrance. And that's my nature. Like, I'm okay with a new setting, new bed. As long as it suits my partner, I would be okay to sleep in a separate room or in the same room.
Oh my God, why? Why would we
Because
tie everything for the partners? And that's like,
No, it's not about, it's because I'm chill.
I mean, that's sending a wrong precedent out. Like, oh, it's okay with my partner, so I'm obliged.
No, because I am chill. I don't struggle with that.
So you mean you're trying to say it would be okay for you to sleep in a separate bedroom if your partner's okay with it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like, if my partner cannot sleep, I'll be like, okay, I'm cool because I'm not going to struggle. I will fall asleep. Arsala, give me 3 reasons why you would still choose to sleep with your partner in the same room.
A, I'm a scaredy cat. I get scared of it, the curtain. I get scared of shadows. I sometimes think my own shadow's following me. It is.
She's the person who sees the rope as the snake in the night.
I have those phantoms in my head. Or second reason would be that I would want to still sleep with my partner. I don't this weird thing that I have to touch a limb while I'm sleeping to know if I'm safe. And like, how do I know I'm safe? There's someone else there, observing me, or just like lying in sleep, but just there, like, I have to touch their limb. Oh, okay. I'm not alone here. Third thing that I would sleep with my partner. Oh, again, and I do still believe that. But the most beautiful thing about a union is, or a relationship, or whatever it is that you're in, is waking up to someone and then bringing you some kind of a hot drink, or these days it's a healthy drink or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So
The cliches are always lurking around all of us. As much as we don't like them, we're living them every single day.
what are the 3 reasons you would sleep in separate bedrooms? You'd be like, okay, I'm okay.
The first thing would be space. I love my time. I love my alone time. And I think that would be a great opportunity to, even though I love sleeping early, I like to go early to bed, but those hours are a great time to just be on your own, self-reflection, introspect. So yes, that's one of the reasons. The second reason would be, well, I could just sleep anywhere. So sleep is really not a problem for me.
But she could just sleep anywhere. Does that mean with anyone?
Did I say that? Oh, but you said that's your mind. You're not uprooting me. So I'm like cool with sleeping. So I wouldn't really complain. Sleeping in a separate room. My third reason would be so that I can keep the AC switched off and sleep in the room temperature that I like to sleep in. Clearly, I would love to sleep in a room that is designed as per the temperatures I like, because then I don't have to have layers and layers and then have struggle the next morning to wake up.
Do separate bedrooms mean separate lives?
It's the intent with which the couple decide to have this arrangement. Most cases, this arrangement is probably working different hours, different shifts. Maybe the wife is doing a night shift. She's
Snoring is also.
Oh yes, snoring, one of the biggest. So snoring is a problem. But there's a machine designed to kind of sleep apnea machines come, and a lot of people who are suffering with it, they use it, and that does help. It's very important to optimize every option around and then arrive at the decision where they say, okay, let's sleep in separate rooms. And it still doesn't affect their compatibility and their relationship.
So how far do you carry out with this trend? So you're going on you're visiting family. Are you going to say, listen, we're sleeping in separate bedrooms. Can you, I know you guys have an extra room. Can you give us that extra room? Or you're going on a holiday and you're like, let's book
Shipping it to separate rooms.
They would do that because it's
Gonna cost them.
Mula baby, mula. Jahan aaya mula, wahan aaya sab kuch dhula.
There are adjustments. Then you are on a holiday, but you might have to sacrifice your sleep, and there's so many things. Logistics, money.
Would you go and sleep in the bathtub? I mean, that's an option. Some hotels do have bathtubs. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Nobody would do that.
I had slept in the bathtub.
Yeah, I chose for a different reason than thinking.
Yeah.
Now that I know that story.
Indian, Asian parents around the world are interested in their children's bedroom lives. What happens behind closed doors? Why, parents? क्यों? क्या पड़ी है आपको? क्या कर रहे हैं bedroom के पीछे? इतना क्यों आप लोग हैं? They have a fundamental issue with this kind of.
But there are a lot of parents that are evolving with time. Let's give them
credit. I mean,
I think a lot of credit goes to those children who are educating their parents and keeping them in the
and also to those parents who educate themselves. Like I saw a lot of parents who are like,
yeah, and that's amazing.
So, it is. Shout out to those parents who are educating themselves about the change
and evolving, because so are we.
Feelings apart. I do believe that deconstructing old habits and beliefs about relationships is essential in helping us evolve and understand that even if it's a couple, to break the hierarchy. See, in a conventional setup, the hierarchy is so inbred in the system that it's very hard to dismantle.
Yeah.
But I do think that living in separate bedrooms for people, or it does work for some people, absolutely. And it does help in dismantling the hierarchy to a certain degree.
It's just equalizing things.
Yeah. Because usually I've heard it's the woman. I'm not against men again. But women have usually, अरे इनको नींद नहीं आती है तो मैं ये, इनको ये नहीं होता है तो मैं वो. So it's one person always kind of compromising in the relationship, and that's not fair. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's
not fair to anyone.
But if there is a willingness,
So like you said, I would do anything for the other person. I think
because I don't have a problem, but the day I have a problem with something
yes,
so that I'm gonna put that across. Sometimes you're gonna get lucky, sometimes I'm gonna get lucky.
Poor buddy. But for me, a non-negotiable would be separate bathrooms. I know I'm an asshole right here, and I'll call out I cannot use the same bathroom. Do you think, not in the distant future, it will be a thing when people will say, "What? You sleep in the same bedroom?" What?
Possible. Quite possible.
How? Please tell me your relationship. How does that work? Because I think people are being accustomed and to themselves so much, and and people will evolve. They're all already on the phone 18 hours or 20 hours a day, that they will want to be with themselves more often than not. And we are getting lonelier. We're in this hyper-connected world. There is a pervasive loneliness that is foreboding. I can feel it. I think you can feel it. I think we walk the streets and we feel it. We go to the malls and they're sitting at tables and people are just on the phone. There's a group of people and it's just like the phone. And I think they're sending messages to each other, although they're physically all there, but they're just... I'm asking her a very personal question. Are you ready for the personal question?
Yes, I am.
If whoever you are sleeping with says to you, from today onwards, we are sleeping in separate bedrooms, would there be trust issues? Wow.
That good question.
How's still bad?
Okay, honest answer.
No. What, are you even lying till now to my people, to my audience?
100% there will be trust issues.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What about you?
From now on, if your partner says to you that we're going to sleep in separate bedrooms, would you have trust issues?
With myself, I would. Absolutely, I wouldn't trust myself. And nor would I advise anyone else trusting me. You got my answer?
Say that your answer.
Yay! And now you got to the bottom of this. So yeah, I think it works for some, it doesn't work for some, but it's an important it's an option that it's a privilege, and it's absolutely a privilege, and I think it is a first world problem.
If you are thinking of sleeping in separate rooms, great. Have a chat with your partner. Discuss what works for both.
Begins with that.
And see where it takes you. Super. And with that, it's a wrap with our today's episode on Love Lingo, Adulting Unadulterated, the holiday edition here in Dubai City.
Amongst the desert, we bring to you the choice.
Should couples sleep in separate bedrooms, right?
What's your take? Let us know.
Yes, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Love Lingo Podcast. And find us on Instagram, Love Lingo Podcast. Also, catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your audio streaming from. Stay tuned. हमें राही प्यार के
और YouTube पे भी हम लोग यार बोल दिया हो गया एंकर ही होता था बताना यार बहुत सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं यार
ढूंढे राबता दुनिया कहती हम अलग है हमको इससे क्या हम है राही प्यार के ढूंढे रहनुमा पल में जी के देख ले तू कल का क्या पता लाए थे